Many people are walking around thinking that the fact is the actual truth of who they are. They think just because they have a bad weed problem or a bad drinking problem or a bad nutrition problem, they think that fact is the truth. Well, you could be further from the truth. You couldn't be further from the truth. You couldn't be further from the truth. Just because what you are experiencing right now is the fact, that's not the truth of who you are. That's not the truth of who you are. Okay? Just because you are a skinny person right now, just because that's a fact, because you can actually see it, right? It's a fact. But that's not the truth in who you are. Just because you are a weed head right now, or you think that weed is your problem, right? You think that weed is stopping you. Just because that may be a fact, that's not the truth in who you are as a person. You guys have to understand that you have to make the switch in your mind. You have to realize that the fact is just that. It's a fact. That doesn't mean that fact cannot be changed. Okay? Just think about all of the shit that Wikipedia has. Some shit is facts. You go back a week later, it could be changed. Right? Not everything, just because it's a fact, doesn't mean it's the truth. Then what's the truth? Here's the truth. I'll let you know the truth. There's one thing that we all have in common, which is the source. That's where all our strength lies, with the source. You guys have to pay attention to the thoughts that's coming in your mind, that's giving you the signs, or that's giving you the wisdom to understand that it's time to put certain things down, put certain things behind you. But how can you hear when your ears are being jammed with all of the facts? Right? You look in the mirror, you see a skinny person, a fat person, and you think that's the truth about who you are. Well, I want to tell you, that's not the truth in who you are. It may be the fact right now, but that's not the truth. It's not the truth. You have to understand that. Okay? I remember being skinny, struggling with my diabetes, and being weak, and being so vulnerable that I actually thought that me smoking a lot of weed was, the truth about who I was, right? Meaning that I thought that I was a weed head, but I wasn't a weed head. I was just so open. I just wanted a connection with something, right? And I changed that, right? I made that switch in my mind to understand that that's not the truth about who I am. Yeah, I may have liked cannabis. I may have enjoyed it. I was committed to smoking joints. I was committed. So, but that wasn't the truth in who I was, right? That wasn't the truth in who I was. So when I understood the truth in who I was, then I made the switch. And I've been 11 months without the weed. Without the weed. It's been 11 months since I hit a joint, right? So I'm telling you guys that to say that just because right now you are seeing the facts in the mirror, the facts in the mirror, it doesn't mean that's the truth in who you are. You may be a guy that goes to the bar every night, and you might think that that fact of you being an alcoholic is the truth about who you are. You might think that just because you are smoking weed every day that you are a weed head. Just because that's a fact, that doesn't mean that's the truth in who you are as a person. Just because you might be skinny right now, fat right now, and you are, having a bird chest, having a muffin top. Just because you see that in the mirror as fact, that's not the truth in who you are. All of that can be changed. Facts can be changed. Until you understand that you have to make the switch. Once you understand that, okay, I accept the facts, but I'm going to change. I'm going to change the facts, right? One day I'll be able to look in the mirror and I'm going to see a lean, ripped, jacked, muscles popping type of guy. You can change the facts. Just because the facts are what they are right now, it doesn't mean anything. doesn't mean anything. You have to understand that the fact is not the truth. Not to this big fella up here, right? Not the way we was created in his image, right? In his likeness, right? We are far more powerful than we can see, but we are too deaf because our ears are jammed with the facts that we are seeing in the mirror. Our eyes are closed shut because of the facts we are seeing in the mirror. But just because it's a fact doesn't make it the truth. Doesn't make it the truth, guys. You have to make that switch. You have to make that switch. I don't care what it is, right? Think about all the multimillionaires in the world right now. Most of them come from humble beginnings. Or, they come from families that was poor. If they would have let that fact become the truth of their life, they wouldn't have been multimillionaires. They wouldn't have been multimillionaires if that fact would have been their truth. But that fact was just what it was. It was just a fact. Take you. Just because you come from a family with bad habits, bad eating habits, bad drinking habits, right? Bad smoking habits, right? Chasing women left and right, or chasing men left and right. Just because those are facts of your family, that doesn't have to be the truth of who you are. Okay? Remember, from the source, everything is connected. So we are God acting as human. So you have to understand that the facts of your situation right now is not the truth of your reality. You can overcome that drug addiction. You can overcome that can. You can overcome being skinny and weak and fragile. And how do I know it's possible? Because I was there and I overcame that. And you can overcome it too. But you have to make that switch mentally and understand that the fact is not the truth of your reality. I want the best for you guys.